Hello everyone, Thempire Ian here with more new cards. We've got new Dragon Rulers. The Dragon Rulers are fresh off the ban list, at least at full 3 copies. So we've got new Dragon Rulers to break them again. I don't think they will, but we can give it a shot, you know? They can't hurt. The Dragon Rulers are still not bad. They're not great, but they're not bad. They're certainly not bad cards at all. Like there's still things you can do with them. So let's see what we got here. We got a little baby light dragon. It's blue eyes. It's a white dragon. We know what it is, folks. All right, we got Spectre, Dragon Ruler of Auroras. Level 2 light dragon effect monster, 600 attack, 1,000 defense, or 1,000 defense. You can only use one of the first and second effects of this card name per turn, and only once that turn. You can discard this card and one other light or dragon monster. Add 2 Dragon Ruler monsters from your deck to your hand. Wait, whoa! Add 2 Dragon Ruler monsters from your deck to your hand, except for Spectre. Whoa. That's already pretty good. That's already pretty. Whoa! Whoa! Hold up. That's already. Whoa! What the fuck? You can't be doing that. And then we can banish this card and one other lighter dragon monster from your graveyard. Then target one Chasmatis, Dragon Ruler of Poles in your graveyard. Special summon it. I imagine that's one we're going to see later. And then we have a red-eyed black dragon, and it really does look like Red Eyes Black Chick. So it really does look like it's a Red Eyes Black Dragon card. Nebulous, Dragon Ruler of Darknesses. Darknesses? Are you sure about that one? Level 2 Dragon Dark effect monster. 1,000 attack, 600 defense. You only use the first. You can only use one of the first and second names. Yeah, we get it. We get it. You can only use one of these effects, and only once that turn. You can discard this card and one other dark or dragon monster. Target 2 of your banished Dragon Ruler monsters with different attributes, except for Nebulous Dragon Ruler of Darknesses. Special summon them, but they cannot attack this turn. Special summon them. So not only does it get them out of the banish and back into rotation, it also special summons them, 2 of them, so that you can Ixies summon. I really like that if we see an Ixies monster here, I really like that they're solidifying this idea of the Dragon Rulers as an Ixies deck. Like obviously that was what they were used for back in the day, because that was like the best thing to do with them. Besides, you could synchro with them, but like this, Ixies was like the big thing to do with them. And this is like solidifying that as like their archetypal like mechanic. That's really interesting. You can manage this card in one other dark or dragon monster in your graveyard, then target one Eclipsis, Dragon Ruler Calamities in your graveyard, special summon it. Okay, so I imagine this is going to be Chasmatis, and then the other one's going to be Eclipses. Chasmatis, Dragon Ruler of Poles, rank 7, Light Dragon and Ixies, 2 level 7 dragon monsters, very easy to make in Dragon Ruler, as you might imagine, especially with these new babies. 3,000 attack, 1,600 defense. That's a decent attack stat for a Dragon Ruler, so that's not bad. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. Quick effect, you can send one level 7 Dragon Ruler monster from your deck to the graveyard. Whoa, that's really good. And detach one material from this card. This effect becomes that sent monster's effect that activates by discarding itself. Whoa. That's so cool. Wait, that's crazy, because you can send Blaster for a pop. I've got the database up. So you can send Title's discard effect is to send something, isn't it? Yeah, it's to bin a monster. It's a Foolish Burial, which this seems like a pretty consistent way to get access to a Foolish Burial. You still have to play a lot of Dragon Rulers to do that, but not a whole lot, I guess. I don't know. It's interesting for sure. It is much more restrained than something like Lavaval Chain. Blaster is to destroy. It is a targeting destruction, unfortunately, but it's still disruption, so that's not bad. Tempest is to search a wind, right? Yeah. No. That's where? Oh, here it is. Yeah, add a dragon. Add a dragon. Okay, so you can quick effect search a dragon. And this was to Reborn, right? Why are they in different order? The 4 Dragon Rulers have the card effects in different orders. Yeah, the special summon from the graveyard. Huh. And that's at a quick effect speed with this card. That's really interesting. And it retains card advantage because you don't have to do the discard stuff. If this card is destroyed by battle, or this card in its owner's position is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon a level 7 Dragon Ruler from your graveyard or banishment. So it also has that going for it too, although it doesn't seem to do anything if it gets banished. So if they banish it, that's unfortunate. But at least it has something going for it. Yeah, and here's Eclipses of Calamities. Oh, there's another guy too. Huh. Another 2 level 7 Dragon Monsters. This has less attack, 2700. You can only use the first and second effects of this card name once per turn. If this card is XC7, you can target one level 4 or lower Dragon Ruler in your graveyard or banishment. Special summon a level 7, level or rank 7 Dragon Ruler monster mentioned on it from your deck or banishment, and then shuffle that target into the deck. Huh. Okay, so Eclipses is a good recovery tool, allowing you to shuffle back the babies, even the new babies, to get the one that is relevant to it from the deck or banishment. So if these guys get banished, if Chasmatis gets banished, you can get it back with Eclipses, although Chasmatis doesn't really seem to have a way to re-equip material, so it's basically only useful as a beater at that point. And then, but you can also get the other Dragon Rulers and just make another rank 7. Then there, you know, we still have access to Kashtira stuff. We still have access to Big Eye. Still have access to even I think even Dracosac is still not bad. It's not as good as it once was, certainly, but it's not bad. Oh, these are quite interesting. I think you'd probably play the Kashtira stuff over that though, and maybe like the Dark Arm Dragon of Destruction or whatever the heck it's called, that rank 7 Dark Arm Dragon card. And also there's that new, I have it right here, the Blaze Supreme Ruler of all Dragons, which you detach a material, destroy 2 cards, and then you can banish a total of 2 fire dragon monsters from your hand or graveyard, especially on this card from your graveyard, return it to the extra deck whenever it leaves the field. So this has some more popping stuff to it. It's not quick effect though. It's not. It doesn't seem as good as just using the blaster effect of our Chasmatis, but you know, there's like options we have here. I actually don't know if you'd play this though. I don't know. This one seems a little doo-doo. It is interesting that they're kind of going with this new direction here with these new ones instead of doing this Supreme Ruler kind of thing that they were doing for a bit. I don't know. I guess that is the Supreme Ruler of all dragons, so maybe there aren't any more. Which is weird that there's just one that's Blaster, you know, and then not for any of the other ones. Anyways, the second effect of this card. When the opponent activates a spell trap effect or quick spell trap card or effect, quick effect, you can detach 2 materials from this card and negate the activation if you banish that card. Whoa! Okay. Hold up. This guy isn't just recovery, it's also negate. Wow. Wow. That's really good. This guy's recovery and a negate. And this card gets you a pop and has some float. What does this guy do? It's a level 7 or rank 7 light. I like the design of this one. And these are all neat designs, but like this one in particular reminds me of like old school D&D. Disaster Dragon Ruler of Extremes. Level 7, or rank 7, sorry, light dragon with 0 attack, 0 defense, 2 rank 7. Whoa, you overlay 2 rank 7 monsters for it. Okay, all right. I'm interested. You can only use the first effect of this card name once per turn. If this card is XC7, you can target up to 4 level 7 Dragon Ruler monsters in your graveyard or banishment, attach them to this card as material. Then you can banish all monsters your opponent controls and in their graveyard with the same attributes as the monsters attached to this card. Huh. So you can do, you know, earth, wind, fire, and water because there aren't any level 7 light or dark ones since those are rank monsters. But that's pretty powerful, generally speaking. And since, you know, this is something you could do like going like on turn 2, you have your Eclipsis, you have your Chasmatis, or even if these get outed, you could make a second Eclipsis effect to get Chasmatis back on the field, and then use them both to make Disaster. If this card has light, dark, earth, water, wind, and fire Dragon Ruler monsters as material, it gains 4,600 attack and defense, and it is unaffected by other cards' effects. So it's a big tower, so the big attack stat. And it also has a board wipe. Well, a mostly board wipe. If it said rank 7, well, even then you still need to use the 2 rank monsters to get it. Oh wait, it says same attribute as the monsters attached to this card, not the ones that you attached in that effect. So I guess it automatically includes the light and dark if you're using these 2 as material. So if you're attaching all 4 dragon rulers, it just banishes everything that the opponent controls. All the monsters anyways. And in their graveyard. Wow. And that's not particularly hard to make. All you need to do is make this guy and this guy. Or like have made this guy before, and then you make this guy and get this guy back out with its effect, sending back this guy. Which is a quite strong card you'd want to be playing anyways. Huh. That's interesting for sure. I'm a little concerned about this one's like playability, but the other guys are strong enough to where I think you probably want to play this. If you're playing these guys, like and these guys are all strong enough, like you might as well play this guy. And if your opponent has to out it, if your opponent has to like use a negate on this guy, you're happy with that, right? They've used up some of their negates, and then you can keep doing Dragon Ruler crap. Drago Catastrophe. Okay, Drago Catastrophe, a quick play. You can only use the first hold up. You can only use one of the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn, and only once that turn. Special summon a Dragon Ruler monster from your hand, graveyard, or banishment, and immediately after this effect resolves, you can Ixie summon one Dragon Ruler monster using only Dragon Ruler monsters you control as material. So if you already have one Dragon Ruler on the field, then you can use this to get a Dragon Ruler out of the graveyard, hand, or banishment, and then just make one of those Dragon Rulers immediately. This lets you do that at a quick play speed, so you could surprise your opponent with Chasmatus, kind of mess with their game plan, but it's a little awkward. I wouldn't necessarily do that, I don't think. The other one, during your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target any number of your banished Dragon Ruler monsters with different attribute, return them to the graveyard. It, again, letting you recycle those Dragon Ruler effects. Because, once the thing about them is they have very powerful banish effects, but once they're in the banish, they're hard to get to. This allows you to recycle them and then use them again. Wow. Now, the thing is, they are all hard once per turns. So it's not like you can, use all their banish effects and then get them back in the banish and do it again. You do have to, kind of pick which ones you're doing this for and like cycle through them in a turn. I will say Chasmatus kind of lets you cheat that for the discarding effect. Lets you get like an extra one of those potentially. Wow, though, these are quite strong. I'm really impressed. See, this guy also grabs you the babies. The babies are also Dragon Rulers, so like you can go, grab Burner and Blaster, Burner effect to discarding Blaster to summon a different Blaster. I don't know how many of each Dragon Ruler you really want to be on in this deck. It seems like you more want to be on 3 copies of this guy. Do you want 3 copies of this guy? Probably, just because it's just free, 2 free Dragon Rulers. Yeah, but yeah, I think you'd probably just want to have like 3 of this guy, 3 of this guy, maybe some amount of babies, probably some amount of babies, because that's the easiest way to get these Dragon Rulers out of the, out and about. Although, if you get some Dragon Rulers with this guy, you can play around with that. And then probably like only one of each of the Dragon Rulers, give or take. I mean, you might want to play more than one Tempest, because Tempest is a consistency tool that gets you access to Spectre and Nebulous. So Tempest has some additional use right there. And of course, you know, Tidal can also get you a guy in Grave, but that's not as useful in this build that I'm thinking in my head. These are... Wow. I was not expecting these to be quite as strong as they are. Did they want another Dragon Ruler format? Because, like, I legitimately think these are really good. I think an interesting thing about this is that it's going to be a game plan deck. You're gonna have to put a lot of these guys in here. Like, you're gonna have to put at least 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and 3 of this guy, 3 of this guy. That's 10 cards already. You probably want some amount of this quick play spell. I think this quick play spell is quite good. Hold up, is that a... It's not a Dragon Ruler card, never mind. I was like, does this search cards? No, it just adds monsters, but also that's not a Dragon Ruler card. It's called Draco Calamity instead of Dragon Ruler anything. So this is unsearchable, but you still might want to play like 3 of it as an extender, because it seems like a decent extender. And then, like, every single one of the babies is also an extender, so long as you have one other dragon in hand. Tempest is a consistency tool, so long as you have one wind monster in hand. That might be a little trickier, so you might want to play, like unless you're playing, like, 3 lightning. So maybe you actually don't want to go up on Tempest. I forgot that the discard effect requires a wind instead of a wind or a dragon. Some of these effects require wind, like their attribute or dragon. That's usually the banish effect. And then the discard effect requires the attribute, and then the banish effect adds a attribute dragon, to hand. That's the convention here. I forgot that for a second there. Wow, though, this is a really interesting one. It's got my brain working. I love the ones that really gets my brain working. 'Cause, like, I mean, hell, 3 of this guy. Is there a way to get easier access to this as well? I mean, it's a light dragon. So, like, Chaos Space? Would Chaos Space get you there? Is Chaos Space still limited? Chaos Space. Ugh, sorry for the flashbang there. Send a light or dark monster from your hand to the graveyard. Add a light or dark monster. Can be normal summon. Oh, cannot be normal summoner set. That's right. Never mind then. Damn. Yeah, I don't think we're playing this guy at this point. Like, this deck seems actually so good you don't need this guy, but you can play some of the like rank 7 staples that were really good in the Kashtira format. I don't know how many of each baby you really want to be playing. This is a tricky one here. The babies can use a dragon or a fire, so that's not an issue. And that kind of makes me want to go up on babies. But, I don't know. I definitely think this is going to have a lot more engine than a lot of other decks of the format, which does put it at a little bit of a disadvantage, because it can't play all the hand traps that everyone else is playing. But, as it stands right now, there's not an amount of hand traps you can have in hand that will stop Ryzial, right? Ryzial is, like, pretty unstoppable as far as hand traps go. So maybe there's a space for Dragon Ruler to kind of be like, okay, I'm not gonna try to contest you on hand traps. I'm just going to do the same thing that you're doing and grind right through everything. Because, like, I mean, like, obviously Spectre is like an easy like negate, but like every single Dragon Ruler card does something. like title, you know, all the daddy dragon rulers can summon themselves. All the babies can summon another guy from the deck. All you need to do is get 2 on the field to make Chasmatus or Eclipsis. And then Eclipsis can help you extend further, and Chasmatus can help you get them engraved to extend further. I don't know. This is it. This is really interesting. I'm really interested to see what this does. I hope this can actually. I would really like to see this actually contend with the current meta. These are. Wow, I'm so fascinated by these. And there's also like other level 7 dragons things you can be doing. Like you can be running. Oh, what is the pile armed? You can be running Pile Armed Dragon. Send another Wind Dragon Monster or a level 7 or higher Dragon Monster from your hand or graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. So that's another special summon in your arsenal, and it's a level 7 dragon, so it works perfectly with all the other Dragon Ruler crap. So you could do some Armed Dragon stuff with this. You really only need this one guy, too. You don't necessarily need any of the rest of the Armed Dragon crap. Like, you could just ignore this entire piece of effect text right here. None of that matters. So like this is just like an extender you could be running. But you could also run some of the other Chaz like Armed Dragon stuff to make that better. I don't know. There's just so much here. Oh wow. I'm really excited about these. Oh, these are so cool. This is so cool. Oh, these are so neat. I'm really interested to see if this ends up being good at all. I think a lot of the other stuff is really good. Like these babies are good. The Ixies are pretty strong. And then you have a lot of access to other Ixies. And I think the quick play is decent. It's either going to be at 0 or at 3. I think it has a lot of potential to be at 3. It's got a strong effect and a strong graveyard effect that's really nice. This guy I'm like unsure about. I mean, it's just like one extra deck slot, and this doesn't seem like a particularly tight extra to me anyways. But I just don't know if it's worth going into, but it does seem like it could clean up some games if your opponent isn't prepared for it. So I don't know. It certainly demands an answer if you go into it as well. And it only costs you 2 Ixies, rank 7 Ixies, and this guy gets you one for free if you have the Light Boy in graveyard. Yeah. Wow. That's so cool. Okay, I gotta stop saying that's so cool and wrap it up here, but I'm really excited for these. I don't even know if I was expecting like I was expecting to be like, oh, these are nice little callbacks, and they'll probably be like fine, but not enough. I'm like, these might be enough. These might be enough. I'm really excited about these. God. If only every Yu-Gi-Oh release was like this. Also, we just looked at those Dragon Maid cards. Here's a bunch of level 7 dragon monsters, right? So like, and they're all different attributes, just like Dragon Maid. So this kind of adds to Dragon Maid as well by adding more consistency to Dragon Ruler. That adds to Dragon Maid as well. So I could potentially see a Dragon Maid Dragon Ruler kind of mix up together, in addition, or like that Chaz like Armed Dragon Ruler kind of thing. God, these are so cool. Oh wow, wow, these are so fucking cool. I'm so excited for these. Okay, that's enough about what I think about them, though. What do you think? Tell me what you think of these cards down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey there, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Got a lot more for you if you want them. Just hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications. I'd also appreciate if you left me a like and a comment, maybe share the video around with your friends. You can also follow me on all usual social media sites. Just check out my website in the description below for more info. My videos are funded by my patrons and YouTube members, whose names you'll see scrolling by in these credits here. For just $1 a month, you too could find yourself here, trapped in my end screen for all eternity. In particular, I'd like to thank Haru Hayes, Flea Kill, Frog Prince Michael, Jeremy Coatney, the Almighty Ferret Lord, and Fire Mizumi. A big thanks to all my other patrons and unto my little community as a whole. Remember to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful whatever time it is for you. Bye-bye!